Honestly, there's not enough evidence here for me to trust Keiji with a meeting of this scale.
Got it.
What?
My name's Keiichi Sato. I'm 26, and I work in the Advanced Development Department for Doki Doki Mobility, an automotive parts company. We had a meeting today with 20 of our smaller and mid-sized partner companies. I bet this is going to be another meeting focused on contract terms, and they'll probably ignore what's really happening on the ground.
Honestly, there's not enough evidence here for me to trust Keiji with a meeting of this scale. Coordination with each company has been rough lately, and if Keiji's in charge now, it's just not gonna happen. You can wrap up for today. We'll assign someone else to handle this project going forward.
I see. So here, trying to protect the partners doesn't earn you any points. Got it, if you'll excuse me.
Now then, moving on.
Got it. I'll excuse myself as well.
Me too.
I'll excuse myself too.
Huh? But the meeting's not over yet.
We've handled some pretty unreasonable demands so far. But remember that time Keiji wasn't coordinating for a while? The spec checks stopped, and development had to halt.
Yes?
Sure, someone else was in charge at the time, and they were sincere. But all they did was relay messages, and they didn't make any decisions themselves. Even when we asked questions, all we got were, "I'll check and get back to you." And by the time they answered our question, new deadlines were already right around the corner.
When Keiji was in charge, he adjusted the plan on the spot, realistically, without pushing anyone too hard.
Because of that, some companies stopped work for safety reasons, while others pushed ahead and ended up having to redo everything.
Yeah, we had to reorder materials, eat extra labor costs, and deal with delivery delays.
Well, that may be true, but...
Keiji understood each company's schedule and strengths before making any calls. If he's removed, and all that changes is the conditions getting stricter, then there's no benefit for us to keep this contract with your company. We'll be passing on renewing it this time.
Same here.
If the conditions stay like this, we can't continue either.
Alright, well, we'll be going. Thank you.
What? Oh, wait a minute.
The partners get cut loose, and all that's left is more pressure on the people on the ground. Yeah, I'm not going to be the one to keep this whole thing afloat. Let me go through the proper resignation process. I'll get all the documents prepped and ensure a complete handover.
Hey, you don't really have to go that far. But fine.
Thank you for everything.
What was that about? Whatever. I'll just find other companies that can meet the conditions.
A few days later, in the Advanced Development Department after I left the project, subtle tensions started to slowly build up.
Misa, the prototype scheduled for today still hasn't arrived. It's probably just running late. We already placed an order with a backup company. Yeah, but it seems the specs check is taking longer than usual. And there's been more back and forth than before. So our work can't start until we get the confirmation. And the only companies we cut ties with were the 20 that were at that meeting, right? A little delay is within expectations. Actually, we've gotten cancellation notices from other partners who weren't even at that meeting. Huh? Why? When we asked the reason, they said it's because Keiji is no longer on the project. He used to step in and handle the tight deadlines and compensation issues, which is why they were able to continue with our contract. You're kidding me! I think the reason we never had any major trouble before is because Keiji absorbed all the impossible demands and made everything work somehow. Come on, it's just a different way of doing things, that's all.
Misa, I heard we're getting a lot of contract cancellations.
Jun, the companies that couldn't meet the terms have decided to step back, but we've already found replacements. There will be some delays, but it's within the expected range.
Do you understand what it means to lose multiple small partner companies at once? This project, it relies on over 20 specialized small businesses, like the ones for control units, sensors, and drive systems, all working smoothly together. If even one is missing, the test run can't happen. And if that happens, it's not just prototypes that get delayed. The entire verification process could stall.
I understand what you mean, Jun.
If things stop at this stage, the whole plan gets pushed back. You better make sure you have a strategy in place now.
You got it. It's more serious than I thought. But the companies KG handled aren't that many. If I can just find more companies that can meet the terms, the chaos should settle. I'll handle the coordination myself.
I guess it's time to start looking for my next job.
Hey, Keiji.
Oh, Miss Yoshioka. What a coincidence.
I'm just heading back from a business meeting. I heard you left Doki Doki Mobility.
Yeah. The word's already out, huh?
Yeah, but don't worry.
What do you mean?
Didn't you only ever consider yourself coordinator?
Well, kinda. But I did take the role seriously.
You were way more than just a coordinator. You were always smoothing over tricky relationships between people and pretty much keeping everything from falling apart at the seams by yourself.
Miss Yoshioka.
There are folks out there who actually notice what you do, and I'm one of them. Actually, we've got an opening for mid-career hires at our Tokimeki Corporation, if you're interested. Want to hear more about it?
Tokimeki Corporation? That's the company handling test drives and societal rollout for the new mobility system, right? Honestly, it seems way too big for me right now, but I want to give it a shot. Yeah, please tell me more about it. After that, I was welcomed at Tokimeki Corporation and began a fresh start. Meanwhile, back at Doki Doki Mobility.
Misa,
Delivery schedules are starting to slip, and every department is bombarding us, asking when the parts are coming and whether specs have been confirmed.
why haven't the prototypes arrived yet?
It seems a lot of suppliers can't start production because the specs and conditions we gave them don't really match.
What about the new partner companies we were looking for?
And that's the thing. Every time we send them the conditions, they turn us down.
Excuse me?
Our smaller partner businesses used to manage a lot of the coordination themselves, but now their operations are completely disorganized. On top of that, we're spending a lot more time rechecking, confirming, and sending parts back when they arrive.
I can't lower our conditions though. If we compromise here, we'll just repeat the same problems again.
And that's increasing the number of approvals you personally need to review though. Are you okay handling all of that?
I know. Just tell them to rework this process next.
Got it.
We never had to double-check things this much before. And the CEO's got high hopes for me to make this happen. It's a huge challenge, and we really can't afford any more holdups. I gotta find companies that can meet our requirements.
Meanwhile, at Tokimeki Corporation... Wow, at Tokimeki Corporation, you really hammer out all the details beforehand. Yeah, specs, delivery schedules, testing conditions. We line everything up before we move forward. It's faster than fixing problems later. This is the exact opposite of Doki Doki Mobility. No confirmation gets wasted.
About Days Technologies prototype, are these conditions okay to move forward with?
Yep. We shared the verification criteria in advance, so it passed on the first try. These Days Technology guys aren't just a parts supplier. They're a tech group we can trust with full control systems.
Yeah, they're a team that can handle everything, all the way through proof of concept testing.
By the way, Keiichi, thanks for reaching out to the partners. Not at all. I just checked everything like usual. Ever since you joined, the flow with our partners has gotten a lot smoother.
Wow, that's impressive. It's because you actually see what's happening on the ground.
Not at all.
Hey, hold your head high. Your way of handling things and your mindset is amazing.
I agree with that too. Thanks. Even though it's the same job, the atmosphere is completely different just because of the way things are done. I'm really glad I came to Tokimeki Corporation. A little while later, the results of the test drive were released by each company around the same time.
The team that worked with Days Technology got high marks for stability and repeatability, right? And their trouble rate is way lower than the others?
Yeah, since they narrowed down the requirements and tested everything up front, there's much less variation in the results.
I see. And what about our team?
We didn't have any fatal problems either.
Right? That's what I thought.
But there were some inconsistencies in certain stages, and their repeatability isn't quite up to par.
But that's still within an acceptable margin of error, right?
For now, that's how it's being judged, yes. But if we move forward like this, there's a chance we'll need to redo safety verification.
Then let's increase the number of prototypes. If we produce more units, we can smooth out the inconsistencies.
But that would really increase the burden on our partners. And tightening the delivery schedule any further would be...
Right now, the only way to get ahead is by speed. We can't afford to play it safe while other teams pull further ahead. If our internal resources aren't enough, then let's bring in some major corporations to help.
Got it. Misa's being really impatient. Her decisions are starting to feel pretty forceful.
Misa went on to demand even stricter conditions and reached out to major companies. But in the next test drive, issues finally started to show.
Look! Tokimeki Corporation's proof of concept team has already started running tests.
And they're running exactly on the route they explained beforehand. It looks really stable.
They're already on the full test? Our adjustments aren't even done yet.
I heard they're keeping prototypes minimal and focusing on accuracy from the start.
How is that even working? We can't afford to take it slow anymore.
Oh no, this is bad. In this test, we've detected unexpected behavior in the control system.
What do you mean?
It hasn't caused any serious trouble yet, but because the mass prototype tests were done without fully aligned conditions, there are still safety concerns.
What? But we carefully picked partner companies that could handle these conditions.
That's exactly why this is happening. By splitting up the process and pushing quantity, the stress has shown up as variation in the control systems. We really need to stop and examine the cause first. Ignoring safety at this stage is extremely risky.
But these are the conditions we specified.
Within those conditions, this is the limit. At the very least, you'll need to reconsider either the schedule or the cost.
The conditions were made clear from the start. If you couldn't handle them, shouldn't you have said so in the first place?
If that's how you see it, I'm afraid we can't cooperate any further.
Say what?
To be honest, I'd already heard about how you do things. Even so, I joined because I believed in your passion for this project. But, well, here we are. You're only pushing what works for you. You're not seeing partners as partners, just tools you can use or drop.
I just want to make a good product. I don't want to compromise, that's all.
All the more reason then. Given the same conditions, we'll choose to work with Days Technology. Same here. We'll need to revisit our contract as well.
Hang on a second, please. If all of you leave too.
I can't work under her anymore either.
After that, Misa's behavior in meetings became known, and almost all the partner companies began requesting contract cancellations one after another. Misa, this development project was entrusted to you. So tell me, how do you feel about these results?
The partners just couldn't keep up with us. We laid out the conditions in advance, so I thought it was a reasonable decision.
The partners all walked away. The field staff were worn out. The schedule is massively delayed, and additional costs have piled up. You really call that a reasonable decision?
I'm terribly sorry.
You focused only on numbers and efficiency. But who was holding up those numbers? It was the small partner companies and the employees coordinating on the ground. You never fully understood what you were standing on. People are what make any work happen, and every position matters equally. A solid product comes from people supporting each other, but this time, you completely blew it. If this keeps up, the whole project will fail. So I'm kicking you off this project.
Wait, what? No! I've devoted myself to this project for so long.
Meanwhile,
I heard that the partner companies that cut ties with Doki Doki Mobility are now offering to work with us.
yeah, I was honestly pretty surprised. Once you explained the conditions clearly, they immediately agreed to cooperate, Keiichi.
Keiji, you're incredible. It's pretty rare to find people who can pull off what you do. It really shows the difference that trust makes over time. No wonder this happened.
How could you do this to us? We're taking losses in the tens of millions here. At this rate, the company itself could go under.
No way!
In the end, Doki Doki Mobility never managed to catch up on the development delays. With postponed test drives, extra verification, penalty fees, the whole project ended in failure, and the effects spread throughout the company. On top of that, Misa's reputation became infamous within the industry, and Doki Doki Mobility started losing projects one after another.
My degrees and track record didn't protect me at all. If only I had listened to Keiichi back then.
And as for us?
Keiji, you've been smiling more lately.
Really? Now that you mention it, maybe. It's definitely thanks to you, Miss Yoshioka.
His smile. I totally wish it was just mine. The first thing I'll do is try to make him call my name. That's where I'm starting.